in another location, obviously, down here at the beach with Miss Mary. But I'm trying to get some work going on here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, why not? That's the way you can support my financial goals, and I'd appreciate it if you did. Alright, Spirit, can you show me who you want to read for right now? Uh-huh. What? Read for who? B? E? What was that? An A? Oh Lord, you're trying to talk to me in like sentences again. Alright, is this not a sign that we're reading for? No, this is not a sign. Okay, can you spell it again? It starts with a B, right? Okay. What's the next letter? R. B. R. What? B. R. I. B. R. I. A. N. Brian? Spirit is indicating that I'm doing a reading for Brian. Is that right, Spirit? Is that someone watching or someone crossed over? Ah. Okay. Okay. So you have a message for someone that watches. Okay. I've never had this happen before. Okay. Alright. Thank you. Alright. I have someone here named Brian. B-R-I-A-N. Brian. And they want to give a message to someone. I don't really know how to do this. Alright, Brian, help me to know what to do next. Okay. If you have a loved one named Brian that was lost, they might be trying to get your message to you. Death, rebirth, death, rebirth. Death, rebirth, rebirth, death. Look, they want you to know that death for them was only a rebirth. This person wants you to know that their death was a rebirth. That they did not die, that they were reborn. Okay? They want you to know that.
Uh-huh.
And that's not Miss Mary.
Never heard that before, did you?
No, but no, this is somebody's loved one who's trying to give them a message. They indicated that their name is Brian. All right, Brian, what do you want to say? Let's see what Brian would say to you. Let's see what messages Brian might have for you out of here. I'm going to need you to try my best, Brian, to help you if you'll help me to get your loved one a message. I'm reading our text now, wanting to text you. Don't want to look pressed. Okay, what I'm getting from this card is that whoever you are, that you have some messages or letters or something that you have kept that have a communication between you and Brian. Somehow you've had communication with Brian. I'm reading our text now, wanting to text you. Don't want to look pressed. And then I smile when I'm reading. Brian says, I smile when I'm reading. Alright, anything else you want to say to Brian, Spirit? Whatever that, see, it's like they're using profanity. Fuck. Why, Lord, help me, I can't send this. So Brian wants to communicate back to you, but can't, because maybe you don't have the ability to hear Brian somehow. And why don't you ever respond to my text in a reasonable time? Yeah, I think this person's been waiting and trying to get your attention for a very, very long time. And somehow Brian has found my channel, and apparently you watch my channel, or you will at some point in the near future. Alright, Brian, how do we get a message to your loved one from here? Alright, we're going to see what message Brian has for you out of this deck right here. I don't know if I even have decks, but Brian, if you'll speak to my heart, my mind, and my intuition, I will get your messages to this person. Alright, messages from Brian to this person, Spirit. What messages do you have, Brian, for your loved one? Good, strong answers only, please. This was a friend of yours. Brian is indicating I am your friend. We had a good friendship. Thank you, Brian. And that you're beautiful. Alright, anything else you want to say? And these cards are being very, oh, what a pile of cards. We have lighten your load here, and then a pile on the floor. Excuse me while I pick this up. Brian, do you want me to take these? These are supposed to go to the beauty card again. Happiness. So Brian is indicating you're beautiful. Maybe you don't think you're beautiful. You may have blonde hair. And I keep hearing the name Stephanie for some reason. Your career. Brian wants to talk about your career. Your freedom. Your family. And closure. So somehow you need to have closure in your family when it comes to this situation. Wow. Brian says something about your happiness, your career, and freedom for your family and having closure. So your family needs closure. Maybe Brian was a friend of your family, or you're somehow connected to this person. And they want you to know that their death was only a rebirth, that they did not go away for good, that they are still existing in another dimension. Alright, messages, Brian. Brian says go on a real fucking date. So maybe since the death of Brian, you haven't been out with anyone else. Smell good, Brian says, and get your sexy on and go on a real fucking date. Brian wants you to move on to someone else. And you might need boundaries. I forgot to look at the bottom of the deck. Alright, anything else you want to say to this person, Brian, that I can get out of this deck of cards? Interrupting is for assholes. So maybe this is something that happened between you and Brian, where somebody was constantly interrupting, and they're just reminding you that was a way that you guys talked to one another. You might have gotten really excited, and both of you were excited and you couldn't let the other finish. Alright, anything else you want to say, Brian? I'm not going to take those. If they were meant to, they'll come back out again. Anything else you want to say, Brian, out of this deck? That it's time to talk money. Time to talk money. Why is it time to talk money, Brian? Thank you. Because somebody is trying to control every damn thing. Stop trying to control every damn thing. Let shit go and don't be so extra. So when it comes to money, Brian is saying, stop trying to control everything and let things go. Don't be so extra. And fuck your job on the front with forgive, not for them. Do that shit for you. Okay. Alright, Brian, how else can I get a message for you? Said the Kipper a while ago. The Kipper. Brian wants to give you a message out of the Kipper. Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. That song is significant somehow. Okay. Alright, Brian. Here she comes, just a walking down the street, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. Somehow that song is significant. Okay, how did this happen? Brian said somebody is in despair. That's how this happened. Somebody has despair. What's being hidden? Poverty and a house. Remember? Poverty and a house. Alright, what's being shown? What's being shown? Remember what Brian said. There's a coffin. Y'all can't make this up. Brian passed away. Alright, what's going to happen next, Spirit? You're going to get a message about adjudication. Okay, so this person probably had life insurance, and somehow you're going to benefit from this, but somebody else looks like they might be trying to control the money. And Brian is saying, stop trying to control every damn thing when you talk about money. Interrupting is for assholes. There's secretly poverty in a home here, and what's being shown is Brian's death and a message. Adjudication. With somebody's imprisonment, remember freedom? There's an imprisonment somehow also here. Oh, Spirit, I've never been asked to do anything like this. Let's talk about money, shall we, while we're on the subject? That's a lot. A lot. Brian. The stability is what fell on the floor. I'm going to take them all. Options is on the bottom of the deck. We have a promoter, change, luck, something unseen, something legal, being a sport, and stability, or sports and stability with options on the bottom of the deck. So somebody has a promoter that's going to change their luck. And you can't see this. You don't realize that your luck's about to change. There's something legal here, and sports with stability, with options on the bottom of the deck. Clarify luck unseen. It has to do with planning something that has to do with science and a mechanic. So it has to do with science, planning, and mechanics. Science, planning, and working. Science, planning, and working on something. Something you're working on, it could be about, maybe you didn't have, somehow you didn't have proof that this person was related to you or something. The office on the bottom of the deck. What are they working on, Brian? Learning something or teaching something. What are they being taught? You're being taught. Brian says you're being taught, and you're a student. You have angelic help. You're going to go to the next level, and the underworld is here. Find unconventional ways to explore new sources of income. Sex, death, hidden knowledge, probing into the mysteries of life. And as the world evolves, so can your means of earning money. So this person is indicating you're learning about angelic help and how people go to the next life when they die. That's what they're saying. Because the main message here that Brian, and there's a writer, somebody might be a writer. The main message that Brian wants to get across to you is that the death that he had was only a rebirth. That's what Brian is saying. Brian, anything else you want to say? What would you say to this person, Brian, out of here? That somebody's conflicted? Somebody's conflicted about rejection and beauty. Somebody doesn't feel like they're beautiful enough, and they feel like they're going to get rejected. And there's fantasy showing up. All right, anything else, Brian? Never had this happen before. Brian said there's a second chance here. An opportunity, plans, or making amends. There's a second chance, and you're hoping. What are you hoping for, Brian, when it comes to this second chance for this person? Feminine, divine feminine is here. Loss, boundaries, and the high priestess energy. Just intuition, telepathy, inner knowing. So Brian is saying there's a divine feminine who's had a loss. So you might have lost your twin flame. And there's a boundary here. There has to be a boundary here. You might be trying to reach out to this person. And somehow you're feeling like there's some rejection. It's not that you're having rejection. What's the reason for this, Brian? So this person can start over. Because of vows and influences. Brian saying, I have to have boundaries here because of vows and influences and farewells. This person has made a promise not to influence your decisions somehow. Anything else you want to say, Brian? Deja vu. Brian says you're having deja vu. That's past lives. It's karmic lessons, and it's repeated patterns. And it's somebody elusive. Something intangible or tricky or dishonest. You're having deja vu. What about deja vu? It's making you receptive, but it's causing exhaustion. It's causing exhaustion. It's making you vulnerable and exhausted. And there's a need for an apology somehow. There's a chase here. Somebody's chasing, and there's reception and exhaustion. Why is receptive here to this chasing and exhaustion? Why is receptive here? Because somebody is avoiding and getting sidetracked by chasing somebody and being exhausted. Because what you're chasing is being hidden from you. Alright, Brian, where is this person at on this journey? Brian says you have big dreams and that the answer is no. Why is the answer no? Because of a commitment. What about this commitment, Spirit? Brian says you're seeing signs of it ending. What's going to be the outcome? Oh, a card in the wrong deck. Oh my God, an awakening. A King of Pentacles is awakening and surrendering, y'all. I can't make this shit up. I don't even know how that got there. And it's going to happen in divine timing. Anything else you want to say, Brian, while you have your loved one's attention? Somebody's bound. What do you mean they're bound? In the spring, they started thinking and contemplating and secretly watching you. And this has taught some lessons. Anything else, Brian? There's been a reinvention. Talk about the reinvention, Brian. What about the reinvention? What about the reinvention, Brian? The winter is here. From spring to winter. Brian's talking about seasons. There was a reinvention, or will be, next winter. Or maybe, yeah, it seems like it would be next winter. Who's being reinvented next winter? It's about learning lessons. Alright, who is it though? Can you show us who it is? It's that King of Pentacles. Somebody's ascending, and they ascended and they had to abandon you when they wanted to actually be with you. ascending, abandoned, and in a union. See, there's deception here. Clarify abandon. Oh my gosh. Somebody got stuck. The 5D is here. And destruction. Clarify destruction. That was their free will that caused this. And that caused somebody to be very upset. So somebody got stuck in the 5th dimension because of some destruction. And it was their own choice to do this. And that's what they want you to understand. Anything else you want to say, Ryan? The deception, the barrier, the third party is over. There's a conclusion to deception, a barrier, and a third party, and a victim. Alright, Brian, can you get a message to your loved one out of here? Oh, that popped out. Somebody's closed off, guarded, and resistant. What about being closed off, guarded, and resistant? You're closed off to any new opportunity. This is an Ace of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Brian is saying that he's sending you messages in your dreams, and you're closed off about a new love. What about being closed off about a new love? Brian's also indicating that you need to take care of yourself. You're taking care, are you taking care of yourself and protecting your energy? All right, what else, Brian? Somebody has a lot of guilt for some reason. Brian's saying you need to take care of yourself and not be guilty. Don't feel guilty. Transform yourself. Alright, anything else you want to say, Brian? Brian says you've got spirit guides helping you with control tactics. Spirit guides are helping you with control tactics. Clarify what you mean by that. The Ace of Swords, which is the truth. The truth is here with the memories from the past or nostalgia and distance, time out, or retreat. The truth is coming out about memories and distance. Can you clarify the truth, Brian? The truth is there's going to be an offer because you're hot, smart, and you have a great ass. And it has to do with an Ace of Pentacles, a new offer. Like the Ace of Pentacles is a very solid, grounded offer, like where you have somebody who is King of Pentacles, who's real solid, you know, like. And I would much rather, because this is somebody who's already processed their feelings for you. The Ace of Cups, they haven't processed their feelings yet. They just have this like new love. But this Ace of Pentacles is somebody who's decided they want to spend the rest of their life with you, and they're inviting you into their home. Okay? And Brian is saying you have the sun, strength, and empowerment. Okay? Alright, Brian, how are you working, or how is Spirit working rather, on healing for this situation? Somebody's been procrastinating. Whoa. Rejection again, self-sabotage, pride, family and tribe, and having a victim consciousness. Wow. Somebody's really been struggling, and they're trying to heal, period. Just healing. Going through the death of a loved one is a very hard thing, though, and it does take time, and everybody has a different time for that to happen, so don't be hard on yourself about that, okay? Take your time with the healing that you need to get, and if I can help you, I'll try, but somebody's loved one's coming through named Brian. Angels. Angels, thank you. I have the angel of clarity, the angel of imagination, and the angel of gratitude. Alright, what else? Angel of belief. They're trying to help you to believe. They want you to use your imagination, get clarity, and have gratitude while you have belief. You maybe don't believe that they're still near. Brian wants you to know they're near. The angel, oh, they're comforting you through music and through the night sky. Oh, that's so beautiful. And you were soulmates or twin flames with Brian, it looks like. Okay, what an interesting reading we've had, Spirit. Thank you for coming through for this person, whoever they are. Even if I never know, thank you so much. I'm hearing gingerbread. Gingerbread? Alright, what guidance do you have? And some kind of special salsa. It says, eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on the things you are not. Remember rejection and not feeling beautiful? And then we have, you cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available. Where is your heart guiding you? So your heart is guiding you somewhere. And Brian in Spirit would like for you to follow this place of your heart to find this healing that you need and to find whatever it is that you have to have in life to get you through. Alright, Spirit, can I get a message out of here? Brian, do you have a message out of here? Thank you. I'm hearing Delbert McClintock or something like that. Maybe they sing. Wild and free, Finch Spirit Guide, and Free Spirit would be there for you. These are the exact same ones we just had for Sagittarius. Wow, the exact same freaking cards. Wow. Wild and free, Finch Spirit Guide, Free Spirit, and be there for you. So you may be a Sagittarius, or Brian may have been. But for some reason, you have the exact same one Sagittarius just had. Alright, wild and free. I'm going to go ahead and read them again. There is an important time in your life when you are being guided to lead from your heart. Even if it makes no sense to you or anyone else, or if your mind screams at you with fear and doubt, don't ignore what your heart is telling you. Give yourself the time and space that you need away from the noise and demands of the world and other people, so that the quiet, sure voice of your heart can be heard. Then take courage and act on what you feel. Your heart is wise and worthy of your trust. Alright, Free Spirit, number 22. Free Spirit. Free Spirit. When we have an active imagination, remember imagination? We can forget to use it for dreams and instead let it create nightmares. There's something that you've been worrying about. There's no need to torment yourself. Let go of any thoughts, attitudes, or beliefs that are based in fear. They are not helpful, necessary, or accurate. Everything has a positive and loving purpose, even if we cannot see what it is straight away. You'll find a loving solution comes to you easily and at the perfect time as you choose to avoid the fearful thinking. Let yourself be free to feel positive about your future and know that everything is going to be okay. And then we have Be There For You, number 4. Be there for you. It's time to let yourself off the hook. Don't interpret the behavior of other people or circumstances outside of your control to indicate something negative about you. Forgive yourself for anything that you feel you have done wrong. You can learn from your choices more easily if you stop punishing yourself whenever you feel that you've made a mistake. Even the decision that we regret can help us grow wiser when we swap judgment for compassion. Sometimes we can only learn what we need to know from what doesn't work out so well at the time. Forgive yourself, have your own back, and be good to you. Alright, Brian, I'm going to let you have some dice to spell out whatever it is. Maybe you can give this person some initials. I have D, K, A, N. I have K, A, N, D, G, V, and M. T, T, R, E, P, Q, U. P, Q, D, A, J, W, F. F. M, H, J, E, W, A, G. And this is Brian. F, M, O, I, X, R, R. B, S, C, V, L. So we have B, L, W, H, C, V, S. CVS, that could be significant. The pharmacy, CVS. LTNXHDQ. Anything else you want to say, Ryan? Pink roses. I'm hearing anything else you want to say, Ryan? Something happened in September. There's something significant about September. I love you. Of course, I miss you. And I will see you again. Okay, thank you very much, Ryan, for this beautiful message. Thank you for allowing me the honor to do this message for you. Alright, I don't know who you are or when you'll show up, but there it is. Have a great day. Bye-bye.